The world of tech, media, and business is constantly evolving. New opportunities are emerging every day. Staying ahead of the curve requires innovation, adaptability, and strategic thinking. In this episode of Tech Insights, we take a look at the latest trends and opportunities in tech, media, and business, and how individuals can bridge the gap and thrive in this landscape.
Joining me now is Mr. Emmanuel Jerry. He is the founder of the Project 120 Africa, a brand with high dynamic impact and innovative initiative designed and aimed at developing and equipping the next generation of digital professionals with critical, highly sought after digital skills across Africa and poised to lead and shape Africa's rapidly evolving tech, media, and business sectors. Mr. Emmanuel, good to have you join us on the conversation today on Tech Insights.
Thank you, Mr. Sam. It's a privilege for me to be here live with you.
All right, let's talk about the vision for the project and what you're doing. It's a dynamic brand, and you're trying to bridge the gap between the tech, media, and business. And one of your core mission is to make digital skills available. Let's talk about digital skills in Africa. Is there kind of a gap? Or what has it been like in the years since the inception of innovation since it came into Africa? We've seen digital skills becoming a thing here and there. Is there still a gap in digital skills among the youths in Africa?
Yes, most definitely. There's still a huge gap because, first of all, permit me to say we are Africans and we hardly have this adaptivity to things. We hardly have this reception of things. You understand? We get to take time to adapt to situations and systems. So there's still a gap, which I am trying my best through the platform of Project 120 Africa for us to fill in this gap because our generation, permit me to use the word, our generation feels that tech is actually going to end the world. People feel that tech is bringing an end to the whole world system. So now it is actually my place for me to make them understand that no, tech is only here to give us an edge over what we came to see, what our ancestors had begun. And then on the platform of Project Africa is an initiative for us to be able to make these skills available for them and also to fill in these gaps, because it will still take a time. If one man does not stand up to make this change, I mean, the younger generations, the Gen Zs, will still take time for them to adapt to what is working. So that's it. That's it. It's just a gap. And then I know that by the time we are more than 3 years in existence, that this gap would no longer be in existence, because we are going to be taking this message out there bit after bit and making sure that people get to understand what technology is really all about, what media is all about, and then the business of making these two things stand in place, because everything falls under the arms of business.
How do you intend to solve the digital skills problem? How do you intend to, you're talking about that there's a gap that needs to be bridged. How do you intend to bridge that gap of digital skills among the youths in Nigeria and, of course, Africa?
Okay, so first of all, there's something called education. Now, education is not just about going to school. Education is the ability for you to get to learn, relearn, and unlearn certain things. Now, when I talk about education, it is about us making you to know knowledge. Now, when there's no knowledge, then there's no way out of a particular situation. So we can be stuck in a particular circle for as long as we are there if there's no knowledge, if there's no passing down of knowledge. Now, the first thing that we do on Project 120 Africa is to impart the knowledge, is to make you see reasons, is to make you understand, is to make you know. Now, when there's a knowing, then there's a hunger to develop more to it. So first of all, we educate, and that's why we have the BTMC 25. Now, the BTMC 25 is actually a conference where we have thought leaders and industry leaders in these different niches, as the business, the tech, and the media. They come up, they talk about it, they just talk about it, they show you practical ways, they get to make you understand and know that it is working. So if it is working for them, most definitely it can work for you. So after the knowledge, we now take it down to the internship. Now here's the most beautiful thing about us. We're not after the crowd. No, we're not after the crowd. Now we have a specific number that we are working with. Now, as the brand name goes, Project 120 Africa. For every cohort that we pull out, we only want to take in 120 individuals per cohort session. Now let me explain. Our conference is free, totally free. We can take as much as 7,000, 10,000 people to attend our conference. At the tail end, we're only going to take in 120 individuals who are interested. Now, remember, there's a knowledge. We've passed that knowledge. Now, your interest will now ignite us, making you come into the platform fully. Now, this internship is going to run for 8 weeks. During this internship period, we are going to teach you practical hands-on experiences in these different niches that you want to step into. Let's say, for example, as a cinematographer that I am, I personally would be also tutoring persons who wants to come in as video editors and cinematographers. So now on the platform for these 8 weeks, what we are teaching you is not the business. We are showing you how to do the business. Now, it is one thing for you to take someone to the river, it's another thing for you to show someone how to fish. We're not going to give you the fish. We are showing you how to fish so that you are going to value one fish that you get to catch in this river, because this river is quite wide and we have 10,000 billion fishes all around. What do I mean by this? Now, in these 8 weeks, we are going to show you the in-depth of what it takes to scale through the digital skills in Africa, because it is possible. Now, Africa is a big market. I don't know if I'm allowed to chip this in, but the white man would always continue to harness on the African market because we are still a virgin land. We are still fresh. We've not yet harnessed up to 10% of the God-given initiatives in us. So now during this 8 weeks internship, we are going to expose you to the realities of what you never knew as an intern. Now, it is one thing for you to just hear, oh, digital skills, data analysis, video editing, whatever it is, Web3, and then you just jump into it without knowing the basics, the foundations, what it takes, what it really, really means. So in these 8 weeks, we're going to pass you through a rugged phase of debunking what you knew before, instilling yet another level of knowledge about digital skills, and then after this, we are going to get to certify you, and that's after the 8 weeks of internship. We're going to have this certification ceremony. Now, it's not just a ceremony where we just get to come give you your certificates. Now, we are going to bring another set of industry leaders for one day to come still speak with you. Now, it's more like a graduation. So you are living another phase into the real world where you get to practice what you have been taught during these 8 weeks. So it's going to be almost, let's say, an 8 hours of you sitting down and learning and listening to another higher level of industry leaders, where they come and then they talk to you about, after your internship, what next. Now you're going to get a certificate, and then the most beautiful thing about our certificate is that it is Google certified and it's meta recognized. So wherever you're going to and then you present our certificate, in as much as we are fighting to have other top bodies get to recognize with us, and then for now we have Google and then we have Meta. So beautifully, wherever you submit our certificates for anything you are applying for, trust me, it's a go for it. It's a go for it. And then during this certification, we'll be having Google representatives and Meta representatives in Nigeria coming to tell you, okay, we have seen this 8 weeks internship that you've gone through, and then we are glad to welcome you to the real world practicals. Then after that, we're now going to onboard you into the platform where we expose you to the real African market, where these skills are wanted and where these skills are being paid for the right way. Now, don't forget that it is one thing for you to have a skill, it's another thing for you to be paid what it is worth to have this skill. Let's take, for example, as a cinematographer, I get to meet a client, and normally if I want to charge, I charge anything above 200,000. So I get to meet a client, and then a client gets to tell me, okay, oh, I want to do this, and then I tell, and you're telling me to get 20K from you. I mean, that doesn't work. So on Project 120 Africa, we are going to promote you as our intern, Now, when I mean promotion now, I mean on social media platforms, on our website, on the Google platform. So we do this SEO thing for you. We get to give you this leverage on other persons who are not in the cohort. So it's not just about coming to learn the skill. No, we are giving you a platform to excel, even as an intern. So now during this onboarding process, we are going to expose you to the real world. Africa is large. So imagine 120 people getting to dominate, let's say, Nigeria, Cameroon, Madagascar. Talk about all these African countries, South Africa as a whole. We have people over there who are looking for these interns. People are looking for data analysts. People are looking for videographers. People are looking for video editors. I mean, we have the market as our hand. So what we do is we introduce you to the market, and then we keep you as a specialist, and then we make the market to pay you the right ransom for what you're about to do for the market. That's it, sir.
So much. You just ran through the whole stuff, and it's amazing the things you pointed out, and you actually went in depth to point out these things. But I would love you to have give a kind of snippet what people should expect in these skills training and all of that. Now, you've talked about how Africa has a large market and there's a whole lot of opportunities. And actually, we are talking about how people can leverage opportunities in tech, media, and business. But before I get to that, would you tell us what is the common denominator in these three fields, tech, media, and business? What is the link between them? And does one have to be in one of them, or can one function in three of them, or how does it go?
Okay, so you first of all ask for the common denominator. Now, what connects all of them? It's very simple: creativity. Creativity connects the three niches together. Now, as a creative, I can own a business, and in my business needs media to exist, and now this media falls on the shoulders of technology. Now, for example, we are live on air. This is business for you. Now, this is media, and then this is also technology helping us to take, or this is also technology helping us to scale through what we're looking for. You understand what I mean now? So the three of them are interconnected, and one cannot exist without the other. Now, I'm not trying to say that our interns are going to be forced to learn the three niches. No, not at all. Now, what we are going to do is, if you're taking a business skill, for an example, and then you want to learn, let's say, a business skill like, say, business analysis. Now, we are going to chip in the tech ends of business analysis, and then we are also going to help you scale through the shoulders of media, because most definitely the world is going too global and too digital, so you cannot do without media. So in as much as you're taking priority in one, we are going to help you bring in the other two that are going to help you excel even better. So the common denominator connecting all of them together is just creativity. That's very simple, sir.
Well, creativity is the common denominator. So whether you're in business, whether you're in media and in tech, you just have to be creative.
That's it.
And I think of late, the creative economy in Nigeria has actually been booming. You can see the people, the YouTubers of this world, the comedians, they are the ones right now that are making all the money, and the whole spotlight is on them. And it seems the creativity seems to be the way forward. So now, talking about how we can now bring tech and media into creativity, now turning it into a business, and that's actually something worth it. Thank you so much. Now let's get back to what I wanted to ask. What are some of the how can one, after this training, how can people that have gone through this training, how can they position themselves for opportunities? Because there are trainings, there are conferences that I hold here and there across the country, and then many people go for these conferences, and at the end of the day, nothing comes out of it. But what is going to make the TMC 2025 different from the other conferences that have been happening, in the sense that after the training and after the certification, how can these people position themselves to leverage opportunities in tech, media, and business? Do you have like they say in Nigeria, do you have long legs in places that you can placements for them to get job opportunities, freelance opportunities? Please, if you should make us know.
Okay, I like the question, and then I'm happy that because it is actually going to make me go deeper into explaining some certain things. Now, let me accept that yes, Project 120 Africa has long legs. Not me personally, but now, what we have to do is very simple. You've learned a skill. Now, the platform is going to promote you. You're not going to even just now. You're not even going to finish learning the skill. You're not even going to finish with your internship when you started getting jobs. That's the simple truth. You can be in your second week of internship, your third week of internship, and you're already landing jobs courtesy of us. Now we have a platform that we are yet to launch. We're only going to launch this platform after the internship. Our reasons are quite simple now. We do not want to over excite our interns. You understand? We don't just want to open up everything to you. We want you to come in with your interest. Now, when your interest is right, and then after your internship, we're going to give you an access to a platform whereby these clients are already there. Now, that's the beautiful thing. These clients are already there. Just it's more like a LinkedIn. Now on LinkedIn, we have clients who come there to like pick people to handle jobs for them and all of that. Now we're not going to put you through all the stress. We have the database of these clients. We have them paying clients already on ground. What we are going to do is connect you to this platform and then promote you on this platform. So anyone that wants your service does not come to you directly, passes through us, and we make sure that we verify the client. We are the ones to make the billings for you. We seal the deal for you and then we pass the deal over to you. So your own is just to sit back and then make your money. Just be good at what you're doing as our intern. So we are giving you this professional, we are giving you this professional picture because even across your social handles, we are going to help you revamp and optimize your handles so that even if someone wants to reach out to you via your other handles and someone comes to like Facebook, I'm like, okay, I like what I'm seeing. I think I can work with this person. So it's not just about learning the skill. We're going to help position you in a place where if someone needs your skill, which of course we have over 1 million clients already. Not that I'm not going to mention numbers, but yeah, that means me. Now we have over 1 million clients already, and we are even building more database for these people. Now, in Nigeria alone, we have companies who are looking out for video creators. We have companies who are looking out for content creators. We have companies who are looking for data analysts, data science people, and all of those digital skills. Now, what we are doing is we keep this company on hold. We train you to a point where you're good. After these 8 weeks, we now open the access. We make this company see you. They understand your profile. After, because we will help you to do the profiling. We'll help you to do your bio and all that. So we place you on a professional level because this is the whole of Africa that we are talking about. So anyone across Africa is going to get to see you, pick interest in you. We do the dealing and then we pass down the bill to you. So all you do is pick up the job, deliver, and then get the money. The only thing we are going to do is just take a certain percentage from it. That's all. For being your middleman and giving you the access to this, that's just all. So it's a very open system. There's nothing to hide. So this is how our interns are going to be getting paid even before they are done with their internship, because as you begin your internship, we've already started building your profile. So we get to profile you before these people. It's more like you're coming to meet a king, and then we just adorn you with beautiful regalias. So before you even appear, your outfit alone has made you qualified to stand before the king. So before you're even done with your internship, our profiling has already given you an access to this client. So all they need to do is tell us, okay, we want a video editor who ranges from this amount to this amount. We know who to pick, we know who to send. So all you need to do is sit back in your house, give us your time limits where you'll be able to work, and then we tell the client agrees to it, and then the deal is done. That's quite simple. So you don't even need to stress yourself. Just learn the skill, become good, and then we are good to go together. BTMC conference, the BTMC 25 conference is holding on the 6th and the 7th of June. That's just more like a week or two from now at the Cafe One. That's the co-creators hub in Uyo, that Oron Road, Uyo. Yes, now the BTMC conference is actually a 2 day conference, and to make this conference really spicy, we have some special guests of appearances that I am not permitted to mention them on air right now. Yes, we have like four executive appearances that we are bringing on the conference to come spice up this conference, and then we have four different keynote speakers. I mean, these persons are vested with the knowledge of business, tech, and media. So we have four keynote speakers who are going to be taking turns two a day. And then we have six executive speakers. Now, six of them are not going to be speaking the same day. Three will take the first day, and three are going to take the second day. And then we have a huge panel of a 6 man panel committee that are going to be discussing about the future of the Gen Z generation, and then the possible solutions to problems that we are facing as the Gen Zs. Yes, exactly. And then we also have a pitch to fund session where we're looking at funding businesses, ideas, and existing platforms. So if you have an idea, if you have a business that you want us to fund, you can go ahead and come on a platform and pitch on that day. So definitely we have that in store. And then after the BTM to 25, we have 2 weeks open gap for people to get to register for the internship. And then after registering for the internship, now the internship is going to run for 8 weeks intensively, which is going to be 3 days in a week, and then Saturdays are compulsory for practicals because you have to show forth what you've learned in the week. And then we also have the certification after the 8 weeks. Then after the certification is now where we get to the onboarding. It's basically the workflow for the whole thing. But where we are currently right now is putting up the BTMC 25 conference, which is in just 2 weeks from now. 6th and 7th of June is the date. Uyo Oron Road Cafe One. That's where we are hosting this conference. Sir.
Interesting. So someone watching this who is not, someone is watching this right now and is not in the city of Uyo. Are there any reservations for are there any some kind of hybrid arrangements, or the person has to be physically in Uyo for the event?
No, you don't have to physically be in Uyo for the events. I would sound a little bit braggish at this point. I cannot be in the media field and a techie for that matter, and I have to stress my audience. You can sit at the comfort of your home and watch us live. All you need to do is just have data. That we'll be streaming the events for the 2 days live from beginning to the end. So if you still pick interest in being an intern, all you need to do is show interest virtually, and then we are going to reserve a spot for you on the internship platform, because registrations for the internship is going to last for just 2 weeks. So after the whole conference, and then you pick interest, and then sorry, I didn't mention the internship is not physical; it's 100% virtual. So you can learn even outside the country, because already I think we have 2 or 3 of Nigerians outside the country who picked interest in joining us for the internship, because this is cohort 1 for the year. Cohort 2 is going to Lagos. Cohort 3 is going to Port Harcourt, and then cohort 4 is returning to Abuja. So after cohort 1 in Akwa Ibom, we may not come back to Akwa Ibom again, probably in the next 2 years to come, because we have to tour around at least other cities and other African countries. Now, after these 4 cohorts in Nigeria, our next aim is Ghana and then Cameroon at the same time. Then we head over to South Africa and then other African countries on our lineup. So you can sit back in your house and watch the conference, pick interest in being an intern, and then there's a spot reserved for you already.
That's interesting. So it's not just a one location thing. It's of course, we are talking tech, we are talking media, so we cannot just be restricted and put it all in one place. So that's amazing. Thank you so much, Mr. Emmanuel. Before we wrap up the conversation, let's track back a bit. How did you come about this whole vision? What is the motivation behind the Project 120 Africa vision? And then one thing caught my attention too. Why 120?
Well, it is. Let me start from answering why 120. Okay, so 120 is just a unique number. So I just feel that okay, we can control now. It's a control measure, not too much and not too small. So it's more like a control measure to me. So let's focus on just 120 people, and then if we can successfully imbibe into these 120 people the future of Africa, then we are just 1,200,000 people ahead forward. You understand? So if one person to me is 100 persons, because one person is a generation unseen. So if I can impact into 120 persons per cohort, I just did 1.2 million people ahead of Africa. And then why the project? How come about the project? It's should I say it's just my belief that one man can change the world. It may not be me, but I want to start the movement. You understand? One man can change the
Right.
world. Now, we as Africans, we have been for a long time enslaved into the arms of the white men. I don't hate the whites. I don't. I know I'm on air, so I don't hate the whites. It is just me trying to make my own place worth the name. We are Nigerians, the giants of Africa. So Africa should not be seen behind. Africa should not be backward. The white man should not completely, totally, or always come back and take from us. Now we have lots of natural resources here that we can harness on when it comes to tech. We have the natural sand, silicon, which is used in producing the solar panels. We don't have to wait for the white man to come teach us these things. We can research. We can do this on our own. I studied electrical electronics engineering in school, so I tested with the knowledge of tech way beyond just the name technology. So it is something I love, and I feel that from the little I know, if I can have a few persons come together, then we can do more. So for Africa to have a change, one man should stand in the gap. Like I said, it might not be me, but I want to begin the movement. Maybe my generation will come to fulfill this destiny and this purpose. But if I don't begin, then there's not going to be a future forward plan for Africa. So to me, Project 120 Africa, it's not just a brand; it is a movement to regain back who truly we are on the soils of our time.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Emmanuel. And you pointed out. Did you answer why the how you got the vision of the Project 120 Africa? What's how you? Yeah.
Okay, talking about how I got the vision for Project 120 Africa. Well, I just thought of myself, thought of my future, and thought of what's going to become of Africa if there's no one to wake up to the digitalization of our system. So it dawned on me that I can put up something. It didn't come like a revelation. No, it came like a thought. It came like a solution to problems, because I know that every day the younger ones are leaving secondary school, the youth are leaving the university, and then they have nothing to do. So we all want to learn skills. We all want to be technologically inclined, but I mean, there's no real particular system that's helping us build this thing to the core. So I just thought of myself, okay, fine, let's get something and run with it. So it just came like a thought, not even a revelation. I didn't have it like a dream. It just came. It just a simple thought, and then here we are today, making the best out of the little we started.
Interesting. Interesting. How such an idea, just a little idea, can become something that is so massive. And I watched your brand, and I've seen how you have grown organically, pages, over 1,000 followers, and I'm seeing the engagement. I'm like, wow, this is interesting. What can happen when someone finds a purpose, finds a problem to solve, and puts in work to bring it just from not just idea, but bring it from idea to reality and impact. And I must say kudos to you and your team and the people that are behind you making this whole thing a success. And I look forward to be at the BTMC 2025 conference. I know it will sure be impactful. And for everyone watching this, do well to be a part of this. It's something you are going to thank yourself for being a part of the conference. The skills are massive, the opportunities are massive, and you need to key in to be able to leverage these opportunities in either tech, media, and business. Thank you, Mr. Emmanuel, for being on the conversation today. Amazing talking to you, and we'll see at the BTMC 2025.
Thank you very much. I am super delighted. I'm totally grateful. Thank you very much. I appreciate your time, please.